and welcome to Science North's career video series. In these videos, we'll meet a wide range of professionals spanning multiple sectors. Each interview will explore what they do, how they got there, and the skills that you would need to pursue a similar career. We hope that you enjoy this video, as well as the others in the series. Without any further ado, here's today's interviewee. So our guest today is Laura Holland. Laura, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name's Laura. I'm a physiotherapist from Kitchener-Waterloo. I work in two different areas of physiotherapy. The first area is an orthopedic physiotherapy clinic. So that is what you kind of think of about your classic physiotherapy clinic if you sprain your ankle. So we work with patients with several different types of injuries ranging from shoulder, neck, back, knees, ankles, sports injuries, workplace injuries, motor vehicle accidents. And my job is to assess the patients, develop a treatment plan to help them get better, and then execute that treatment plan for however long it takes them to get back on track. I also work as a pelvic physiotherapist, which is very similar to orthopedic physio, but it's a little bit more specialized and focuses more specifically on the pelvis itself. And so we treat a lot of patients who are women with incontinence or prolapse pre and postpartum. We can also treat men after they've had things like a prostate removal. So it's a little bit more of a specialized area of physiotherapy, and it took a little bit of extra education. But same thing as an orthopedic physio, you have to assess the patient, figure out what's wrong, and then come up with a treatment plan to help them get back on track.
Maybe can you tell me a little about your day-to-day operations? Like, what's a typical day look like for you?
Yeah, so if I'm doing orthopedic physio, typically we book patients in for an hour initial consult, and then a follow-up appointment is 20 minutes. And so mostly throughout the day, I'm booked pretty much back to back with patients, a lot of follow-ups, a few assessments. So that means I'm basically seeing patients in 20-minute intervals. And when I'm seeing them, what I'm doing is helping them reach their treatment goals, whether that's through hands-on treatment, like soft tissue work for muscles, or mobilization of joints to help the tissues heal, or doing things like exercise therapy to help patients become stronger and get back on the road to recovery to meet their goals. Pelvic physio is quite similar, but the appointment slots are a little bit longer because we treat patients one-on-one in a private space. Orthopedically, we treat in an open space. So normally I'm running around, seeing this person, seeing that person. I'm on my feet pretty much all day. It's quite an active job, but I love it. And yeah, that's pretty much what my day is.
So from a digital or tech perspective, are there any skills that you're using in your position?
So before COVID, we've always had an electronic charting system. And so that is our schedule for our day. And then that's also where patients' files and chart notes are stored. So according to our college regulations, every time a patient comes for a visit, regardless if it's an assessment or a follow-up treatment, you have to document what the patient reported to you, what you did in terms of your treatment, what their diagnosis is, and then what your plan is going forward. But because that's information that they share with you, that information has to be confidential. And so it's really, really important in any aspect of healthcare that you have a software that meets your college standards for safety and personal protection. So we've always used technology in that regard. We've never had paper charts, thankfully. It's so much quicker to use an electronic charting system, and it allows us to keep the flow a lot better. And then since COVID, we have also adapted virtual therapy. So we use an online platform called Embodia, which is actually a company that was started by a physio and a software engineer. And again, it has to be an encrypted software, and we use a virtual platform similar to this to do online consults with patients. And then it also has a built-in program to send them their exercises, and then I can keep track of what they're doing at home. So yeah, definitely we've used a lot more. It is pretty cool, and we've used a lot more technology since COVID, but I think it's been a good accelerator of technology in the field because patients really like being able to have the app on their phone and just do their exercises, check that they've done them, and they don't have to faff around with paper and things like that.
Do you think this tech side, this digital side is something you're going to see post-COVID continue moving forward?
Absolutely. I think it's a lot more convenient for people. I think people most people have a smartphone or a tablet in some capacity. And so it allows them to keep track of their appointments, book online, keep track of information, keep track of what their exercises are. One of the really nice things about the program that we use is that they can add notes or comments to their exercise. So if they're doing their program at home and they want to write a thought or give some feedback, then I can get it in real time, and then we can discuss it at their next appointment instead of relying on them to remember. So it's just so much more convenient, and a lot of people have really kind of taken off with using it, even people who you think would be maybe a little less tech savvy. So I think it will stay.
All right. So the last question that I want to ask you, kind of a cliche question, but we're going to ask it. Do you have any advice you'd want to provide the students that are watching this video?
Yeah, so I think when you're in school, the pathways of careers seem really limited, like doctor, lawyer, engineer, and there is so many amazing things that you can do. So just think outside the box and think about what you like and do what you like, because doing something that you enjoy is so much more fun than doing something that feels like a chore. And if you enjoy it, you can probably find a job that allows you to do that for a living. So yeah, just get creative about what you want and pursue some opportunities that maybe don't follow a more traditional pathway.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you for having the time and joining us today. I really appreciate you being here and all your great answers, and I'm sure they'll be put to good use.
Thank you for having me.